Have you ever wanted to do something fancy with duck or goose but didn't know how or what to do? Well, I've got you covered. Today I show you how to do one of my favorites, and it's not too hard and it tastes awesome. I'm Joel Strickland and this is Surviving Duck Season. Surviving Duck Season is presented by Mojo and High and Dry Waders. Hey everybody, it's a great day today and I'm glad you're here. Now, have you ever wished that you could make something fancy using duck for someone special? Well, today we're back in my kitchen and I've got a fantastic meal that I'm going to show you how to make. Now guys, this one is something really nice that you can fix for your wife or your girlfriend or maybe even as a dinner party. This is a grilled duck breast served with a blueberry and port wine sauce, steamed asparagus, and a mushroom risotto. Now, as a chef, I really like to prepare this one the hard way with all the steps, but it can be quite complicated. But there are some workarounds and some shortcuts that I'm going to show you today that will still give you an absolutely fantastic tasting dish. This is definitely not a basic level cooking video though, but you can do this. You need two things. You got to want to do it and then follow my directions and you're going to get it. So let's get started. So for this dish, you're going to need port wine or red wine, blueberry preserves, balsamic vinegar, thyme, beef stock, cornstarch, black pepper, kosher salt, duck or goose breasts, and then for the risotto, you're going to need arborio rice, onions, mushrooms, chicken stock, butter, some vegetable oil, and salt. And you'll also need some fresh asparagus. Okay, we're going to start with the sauce, and we make it in two parts, then combine the two parts to make the sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start the heat. I've got a cup of ruby port wine, and then we're also going to put in this is some balsamic vinegar, so I'm going to want a quarter cup of that. I'm just going to let that cook down. It may be reduced down to maybe as much as a third. I'm also going to do a couple turns of freshly cracked black pepper, and then I've got about a teaspoon of thyme. I'm going to move this one to this back burner, and then I'm going to start a new burner. What I got here is I've got Better Than Bouillon. I like to use that, but you can use beef stock. You could use chicken stock. Duck stock would even, be even better, but I have not taken the time to make it. And we'll add a cup of water. Now, if you're using liquid beef stock, you won't need the 1 cup of water. Bring that to a boil. Either method, you're still going to have to thicken it up. You can thicken it up by making a slurry using some cornstarch, and then I'm going to add some water to it like this. And then it's got to be cold water, and then I'm just going to stir this up really good and get it kind of dissolved. Now with your stock at full boil, we're going to whisk in the slurry. Okay, and see how it gets thickened up right quick? And I'm going to turn it down, and that's thick, 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 just like we want it. Now I'm going to take our wine and balsamic mixture and combine. All right, perfect. Perfect, just like that. Okay, now, real simple, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually take the heat off for a minute, and I've got some blueberry preserves, and I'm going to put them in with our sauce. This is going to be so great. All right, just stir it in really nice, and it'll just melt. Yeah, that looks great. Wow. That's outstanding. Now I've done this with other types of berries. You can use cherries. It's fantastic with cherries. You know, I've done it with blackberry. It's outstanding with blackberry as well. But this blueberry is like really nice. Do you want to try some of this, Hadley?
Was that yummy?
Yummy.
Say thank you, Daddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me 5. Good,
Nummy?
good
Nummy?
job.
Nummy?
Nummy, nummy. Okay, so I love the sauce. Hadley loves the sauce. And so we're going to call that done. And it's just going to sit off to the side. Actually, sauces tend to do better even, you know, if you let them set for a few hours or even to the next day. They're really, really good. So I always like to do my sauce ahead of time and then let it sit off to the side. You can always warm it back up. Now on to the risotto. We're going to take some mushrooms and dice them up, about a half a cup worth. We're going to take about a half of a medium onion and dice it up. Now in a hot pan, we add a few tablespoons of vegetable oil and add the onions. I want to kind of get them translucent here. I'm going to take some couple of pinches of kosher salt. Mushrooms. Put them in. Once we combine and cook them through for a few minutes, I'm going to add about a cup of rice. Again, this is arborio rice, risotto rice. And then I'm going to add my chicken stock. I've got about 3 cups right here. After it gets to a full boil, I'm just going to let it kind of roll there for a couple of minutes. I'll then turn it down to let it just basically simmer, and it will just continue cooking and soaking up the liquid. Obviously it's coming off. I don't have it covered, so that's why you have to really baby it. You don't just leave it and go watch TV or something like that. You know, you want to really watch it because the rice is going to soak up all the liquid, and so, you know, if it starts to kind of dry out a little bit because maybe you didn't quite have enough water or it evaporates quicker than it's absorbing, then you're going to need to be ready to add some water to it. You could add more chicken stock, but water is just fine. I'm going to taste just real quick a couple of these little grains of rice just to see how we're doing. Yeah, got really good flavor. It's still not done, and so what I'm going to do though, this is a good spot because the flavor's right, the liquid is mostly cooked out. I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way off. We can cover this up and just let it sit there for a little bit, and it'll continue absorbing up the rest of the liquid, and it'll be perfect. It's basically been cooking for probably about 20 minutes. Now we take our duck breast out to the grill. So I've got a hot grill and I've got a cast iron skillet that is sitting on the grill. It's gotten nice and hot, and I'm going to take these 2 duck breasts and put them right here. Now, these mallard duck breasts have been seasoned with kosher salt, rosemary, and thyme. Sometimes I like to cook on the actual grates, but I like cast iron too. I like doing it this way when I only have a few to cook. If you want to see how I prepare my ducks and geese for the grill, check out this video. And we're just going to cook these till they're about medium rare. Beautiful. If you like to use a meat thermometer, get them to an internal temperature of 128 degrees and you're good. All right, so I've just got my duck breast off the grill. It's resting right here. Everything else is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the lid from the risotto, and I'm going to add, I'm going to add some butter to that. I'm actually going to add some butter to the blueberry sauce as well. And then we'll just kind of stir that in like that. Man, that smells good. All right, and while that is kind of melting a little bit, I'm also going to stir it into the blueberry sauce. I've got my duck breasts here. They look fantastic. I'm going to slice them up, and I'll show you how I like to plate them. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, this is like perfect. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the risotto and we're going to put a nice amount on the plate, just like that. Looks great. And then we're going to take our duck breast like this, and we're just going to put it right there on it, just like so. And then we're going to take our sauce, and we're just going to do like this real nicely. Put a little bit right there on the side. And then we're going to take some asparagus. It's just steamed asparagus. You can brush some butter and hit them with a little bit of salt. We're going to put about 5 pieces. What do you think about that? Beautiful looking dish. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Oh man, risotto is fantastic. Oh man, that is great. So what do you think? Is this something that you would try? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you're into great duck hunting related content, then subscribe to this channel. I've got new videos that come out every single week. So thanks for watching. I'm Joel Strickland. And until the next video, good hunting and God bless. I want you some more of that.